I just loved all this stuff that you just said, everything about plan B, because I also come from a business background. So I just love whatever you said about being prepared, being able to anticipate all of the risk and prepare for it and have plan B and don't go full in and everything. It's very down to earth, basically, very conscious
Yes, the good
business
part, like
mindset.
thank you for the last 10 years in the corporate business world. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's like full on artist. I'm just like, oh, I just need to dance. I don't need anything else.
Just needs to light up the world, but cannot pay the bills, right?
Yeah. You know what? It actually comes with a cost. It's all related back then. We're talking about my mental health. At that time, I was juggling literally 2 jobs as one. My full-time job requires a lot of planning and work with numbers and dealing with clients, while my second job is literally super physical. I teach dancing and like doing exercise and sports. So basically, I was exhausting both my brain and my body. The stress and everything coming from the full-time job back then. So it's not like your body is tired, you sleep and you regain your energy. Like your mind thinks the stress is always there. So that's why I try to make a change. I try to reduce the stress so I can focus more on my body. I'm lucky enough because as tiring as I'm stressful, at the same time, when I do that, your body releases endorphins and it keeps you, at least after that, you feel tired, but also feel refreshed. So that's much better for my mental health rather than just exerting my brain and not really exercising at all. But yeah, it also comes with a cost. So just a heads up for someone who wants to jump into that. Be prepared. It's not an easy journey.
So beside that, what would you think, like as an advice, right? What would you think would help the transition from the non-passion life to a more passionate life? What would you think a person need to make this transition a little bit easier, a little bit more rewarding?
Always have a plan. Start with a plan. Don't jump into that without any backup plans, without plan B, plan C, and learn from your peers, learn from people who goes before. So having a mentor is great because someone's already been there, done that. Otherwise, ask from friends and people who've already walked the path before you. Gather their like advice and the stories, their experience. It will help you to lower the risk, and then prepare yourself mentally, knowing that it's not an easy task, not an easy journey at all. When you start out, that it's tiring, it's challenging, but the beauty of that is maybe the challenge is like 10, but if you see 1 or 2 small success, it's equal 10 challenges. The good thing is that once you can see things start moving, even the tiniest success out there, balance out all the challenges you have. So it's also at the same time, it's very rewarding mentally. Sometimes you get lucky as well, but luck doesn't just drop like right at your door. You literally have to work for it, and then luck will come.
Yeah, so find support and also be able to recognize your own success, right? Even just tiny progress, that enough to create momentum to keep you going.
Yes, it's very rewarding. The success is very rewarding. It's like one of the best feelings ever.
Yeah.
If any of you out there thinking of it's time for you to get away from it, if you think that it's time for you to pursue your passion, then you're right. So many times I want to do that before, but I didn't have that it's time moment. Even I'm already prepared, but I don't feel like I'm ready to make the jump, then don't make the jump. Or you feel everything aligned, you see all the situation externally and internally, you just like at the right time, then time to make the jump. And just make sure you have a plan, make sure you learn how to swim, make the jump, and you just have to let things happen. Yeah, sometimes it can come early, but sometimes it can come a bit late. Just don't give up just yet. I'm also a very realistic person, so I'm not just gonna make my jump, and when things don't work out, I just alright, let the water carry me. At one point, if it doesn't really work, I'm pretty sure that I would have to swim ashore and regroup and learn from what didn't work, and then make another jump.
There was something very important you said about feeling ready. You said that whenever you feel it's time or you feel ready, be brave enough to make the move. I feel that this readiness you mentioned isn't a holistic or a sort of calculation of all the pros and cons, right? But something more intuition, right?
Yeah, so it's both intuition and internally as well. So internally, I'm mentally prepared, but externally, with some things did not go well at my corporate world, it affected my mental health. Internally, I'm prepared to jump, and externally, someone literally like kicking me off the cliff.
Okay.
So we're both like, all right, time to jump.
Yeah.
But all of that as well, I guess when we say all the stars align.
Yeah, well, that's a beautiful way to say it, because a lot of us are waiting to be ready. I know that many people know that they love to do something and they try to do a little bit of that, but they never really dare to make the jump because they feel like they are never getting ready and just waiting to be ready, and that they never come. So yes, I really relate to the thing you said, that it's more of an internal assessment, rather than a calculation, right?
Of course, some people are super brave. They're like, all right, I'm gonna do it. It's great. But some people do need like a slap in the face, like what I had. I'm those people. I need a slap in the face. Yeah. So luckily, I had that slap.
Yeah, it's beautiful that you grow to appreciate the hardship, right? Yeah. So right now you're 10 months into this journey, right?
Yes. Oh, at this point, it's already a year. But for the last 10 months, it was like a part-time thing. Since November, it's been a full-time thing.
Wow. So now you're all in.
Yep. I'd say I'm 90% in.
Yeah, so congratulations. That's a great news. It means you have your full capacity into what you really love doing. And it also means everything is going well enough for you to invest your full capacity into it.
Yeah, for the next 6 months, I believe. And then we'll see.
So at the beginning, you said that before with your corporate life, there was something missing. You wasn't feeling fulfilled. Does that feeling change now with your life? Everything's going on well, that you investing full time into your passion?
Oh, by the way, I know what was missing: freedom. Yes, that's the biggest thing that I feel missing: freedom.
Yeah. So I think that's the element that you have now, right?
Yep. And be more proactive with my time rather than being completely passive, dependent on like I have to be here at a certain time and then I need to show up even sometimes I'm not in my best shape. So I have the power to control it. I have to actually release at least 30% of all the stress from everything because I feel like I'm more in control of my life rather than just following other.
Yeah, for me, because I was working remotely for 2-3 years already, so I already have the physical freedom before, but I never had to go to an office, and I travel a lot too. For me, the sense of freedom when I started to pursue my own passion and do my own business is more about the emotional freedom and spiritual freedom too. So spiritual freedom is not really something like the stars and the spirits really, but it's just something that I feel like this is what I'm born to do so that I can contribute something meaningful and impactful in my terms to the world and not just doing some service just to get paid. That's what I mean.
Exactly. And then when you're in control of that, you know the quality, you have the belief in yourself, the things that you deliver because you're passionate about it. So you can guarantee a quality of delivery at the same time that if there's something happens, you're willing to fix it without any problems. If it's not your own passion, no matter how good it's someone's passion, someone's business, when things happen, it causes you more stress and you're like, I really don't want to do this, but I have to do it. So whatever, So I guess that's one of the aspects affecting my mental health because like it's not my problem, I have to fix it. Yeah, because now it's your business and because I have the problem now, I have to fix it. It's just not because you are the representative of your business and you are the face and everything and your reputation is at risk, but because you are so passionate that you want to improve it and you want to deliver better service for everyone. True. And I think, I'm not sure if you feel that too, but when you are able to do something just completely opposite from like corporate work, right? Dancing, and you are good at that, it's like you're contributing something very unique of yourself to the world, helping people to find joy and find meaning and inspiration through the work that you do. So this is something that didn't happen with your corporate job, I think. Yes, it's very rewarding because literally you bring joy to people. In my line of dancing, there are two different aspects: the socials and the performance. So for the socials, at a venue, DJ will play the music, you just showed up and you ask other people to dance with. In my case, so it's a small personal moment and adventure between you and your dance partner in that moment for the whole night. I can dance with 10, 20 different people. So each dance like that is my personal journey with them. It's a two-way street. I bring joy to the person through the dance, they bring joy to me. And like that, in one night, you can make 20 people happy. And that's the same. So when you dance with 20 people, you have 20 different experiences. Then each will carry their own experience into their memories. And they create a connection as well. So that's the beauty of it. So it's not a commercial thing. It's very personal, unique to each person, how they experience it, how they perceive it. And then you have the performance. When you perform in front of a crowd, could be 100, if you're lucky, 1,000 people. And not only like through the live audience, some people definitely will film it and share, and the whole world is watching and they enjoy that. I'm like, oh, this couple is so good, and like I'm so impressed with that thing. So that's more I would call commercial joy. But you make people happy by doing the things you actually love, and you share the love to the people. So I say in the end, it fulfills both personally and professionally. As you said, you've always known that you have a love for dancing and you've been doing it even before you started working as a business with it. At which point you start to know that you want to make this a big part of your life, and what enabled you to recognize that? I tried like so many things before. I tried basketball, I try swimming, I do badminton, all different kind of sports. It just, like going on dates with people don't work. But then suddenly when I go to dancing, I'm like, this is it. This is a love for the rest of my life.
Interesting. So at first you try sports, right?
Different things, not just sport, but in general, like music. I learned to play the guitar, I learned to play a keyboard, and it just non-click until like I got to dancing about over 10 years ago, back in 2006, and I'm like, boom, this is for me. There's clearly a long journey of trying different genre, different style until I finally feel what I'm connected to most. So not just about the dance, but also the music and the culture.
How do you stumble on dancing?
Super random, actually.
Yeah, because Latin dance is not something very common in our society, I think.
Yeah, it's not. And actually, at one point, it's actually frowned upon as well, because dancing, it's only for bad people. But it's kind of fun because when I started university, my major is back then international relations. And for some reason, I associate that with all these diplomatic events. And for some reason, I just watch a lot of movies and I see a lot of nice, fancy ball and very important people just like waltzing around. I'm like, all right, I might become a diplomat, and in the future, I might need to waltz for world peace. I might as well start learning now. So my journey from waltzing for world peace has changed a little bit into like shaking my hips like Shakira.
Okay.
Let's see for world peace.
Yeah, awesome. I think I relate to that too. Most of us doesn't know like what our passion is, right? Or even like calling, as people used to say. The truth is we just have to take a lot of experiments, and we have to.
I'm just lucky because without that, I never even thought about dancing, I guess, especially for men. When things like dancing is a not masculine things to do. It's like, oh, we're boys, we play sport. I even tried out ballet, and then people are like, are you gay?
Okay.
Dude, like I believe that I dance with more women than you've ever danced with in your life, but okay, I might be gay.
Yeah.
No, but that's the old assumption of that. It's pretty sad because I know a lot of people actually would enjoy that as well, but they also mean the mental block of things are not masculine enough, especially for the men. And this is the problem we have here in the dance community. There's always the ratio from women to men is 3-1. So there's always more women than men. This is a partner dancing, so you need ideally to have equal numbers.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I noticed that many aspects of your work or the way you live your life is really like stigma-breaking, right? Like the way you step out and talk about mental health, and the way you also step out and build your career around dancing as a man is really like crushing the stigma into face, right? It's very brave. I didn't notice that until you said that.
I never noticed that. What I would really want to, as a dance instructor, convey to people, dancing in general, it's not only entertainment, like the way people moving their bodies nicely, but it's actually behind that there's a story, a culture, a history, there's a folklore. So it's life behind that, not just people just moving randomly for fun. So yeah, I learned the story, I learned of the history of the dance, and I understand more about it. The more I learn about it, the more I am in love with that. And so when I execute the moves, I just don't want to move nicely, but I also want to do like what people did back in the day, because they're conveying a story, they're conveying their way of life. So I always want to transpire the spirit of the people of the dance, the way people did through that dance as well.
Wow, yeah, there's really a soul behind every art, right?
Yeah, when I started to want to teach, it's not because I want to make money out of it. Actually, at that point, I've been a lot of classes or workshops for free. My sole purpose is just want to expose more people to the dance, to show them the true beauty, the spirits of the dance. So not only step, but the way to do it correctly. Also, when it comes to partner dancing, there are lots of interaction and safety as well. Yeah. So when I started teaching and becoming an instructor, apart from sharing my passion, also hoping to show people the right way and a safe way to do that, to make the dance, not only you convey the spirits of that, but you also create a safe space and an safe environment, and in general a fun vibe for both you and your partner to both enjoy.
Yeah, so it's beautiful what you just said, because we know that dancing is your passion, and the whole time we've been talking about pursuing your passion and turning it into a life and earning a living out of it. But the way you just said is something we call a mission as well, right? Like when you said that, you realize there's a soul or a culture or a spirit behind the practice or the art that you are doing, and you want to teach people, you want people to understand and feel that too, and also do it in a safe way and be able to comprehend and appreciate the art the way that you are able to do, right? That's a mission, like something you take on for yourself and you want to do it without financial gain, right, in the beginning. But of course we have to also put our foot down.
Consider that, yeah.
and be realistic, and that's reasonable. But the mission element that I see here is that you want to share something that's really beautiful and want people to appreciate it in a safe way, right? So with your current life right now, if there's just a few words or just one sentence or two sentences for you to describe your current life and what you're doing or the direction that you're moving toward, how would you describe it?
Forwards, I really love it. It's very fulfilling. I finally let go of my fear before to focus on what I really love, and it works. So I'm super happy, of course, very rewarding. The beauty of that, the challenges and the rewards, at the very least, very equal. So you feel even more rewarding when something clicks, something works. It's completely worth all the challenges and all the struggles that I had to face with.
And if you can share, what is your big dream about the direction that you are moving toward? How do you envision it going to turn out for you?
I just want to make the whole world dance. Too big? Okay, I'm getting smaller. I just want to make the whole Saigon dance.
Yeah, I'm definitely in.
Yeah, I just want to make more people dance. But not only that, I also share the passion, the love for the Latin dance and the culture and the story of the people. And I just want people to appreciate that. Like dancing with a great understanding, because it will make like a complete difference if you dance with a good knowledge of what you're doing. You can see it, and it would change the whole dynamic. Dancing has changed me a lot. I was super introverted. I was like afraid of approaching a stranger and striking a conversation. Dancing not only to the part of entertainment, it has also changed you as a person, and I believe for the better. If you approach it the correct way, it makes you more confident. It trains you to have a good posture. For men, of course, we have moves that make you feel more masculine. You're more conscious, you're more aware of your body, you're more confident in your body. And also the social aspect, it improves your confidence, makes you can strike up a conversation with strangers and invite strangers to dance and make yourself more attractive in general. Finally, it's art, it's very entertaining, lots of movement. So exercising, cardio is good for your health as well. So the more people doing that, the happier they can be, and even the healthier, then why not spreading the love for it?
Yeah, and it's beautiful how you don't see it as like a business vision, like making millions or becoming a millionaire.
I'm trying to hide it because the more people doing, the more money I make. But hey, I'm just trying to hide it.
I know, and that's important too. But I also know that what's really important for us when we pursue our passion is it's really not about the money, but about being able to deliver this mission, right? And that's the beautiful thing, because I really noticed from the people who actually living their purpose, it doesn't really have to mean that they have to achieve a multi-million-dollar career or having a pool villa or making a really grand impact on something like climate change. It doesn't really have to be so big and impressive, right?
I leave that to all these millionaires.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make people dance.
And that's beautiful too. So creating a beautiful life is really simple, basically what you're passionate about and what you value. And in my observation, even though you said that you're an introvert and also that you are battling mental health, it's interesting for me to see that on the other side, you are dancing, because dancing sparks a lot of joy and a lot of expression. So I guess my observation here, and also something I learned too, is that when you do something that's important, meaningful, and purposeful for you, you are living your true self, right? No matter how you see that you're an introvert or having imperfect angles, when you put yourself into your passion, you really shine at your authentic self, and that is always beautiful.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for having this meaningful talk with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Bye.
Goodbye.